Imagine what it feels like to always have tightness in your chest and lungs. Imagine having constant, uncontrollable fits of coughing. Imagine having yellow and brown teeth that you can't whiten. Think about trying so hard through countless methods to fix all of these problems but failing each time, only to succumb to your greatest weakness: cigarettes. Today I will be talking to you about the safest and most effective way smokers quit smoking: the electronic cigarette. I will be explaining the science behind the electronic cigarette and the difference between the types. I have personally seen my peers successfully quit smoking by using an electronic cigarette, which causes a major improvement in their health. I will inform you on the topic known as vaping. To begin with, I will talk about the definition of vaping and the electronic cigarette. Vaping is defined as the inhaling and exhaling of vapor produced by an electronic cigarette. It is the most effective way to quit smoking as of now. There are approximately 4 million what are called vapors in the United States and is quickly growing. The electronic cigarette, commonly referred to as an e-cig, is a cigarette-shaped device containing a nicotine-based liquid that is vaporized and inhaled. This is used to simulate the experience of smoking tobacco. The e-cig is simply a device. You're not actually vaping the electronic cigarette. E-liquid is a liquid composed of 3 ingredients: propylene glycol, vegetable glycerin, nicotine, and flavorings. Propylene glycol is a compound found commonly in any food, and it is approved by the FDA. Vegetable glycerin is used as a thickener in starchy foods to give it its thickness. Nicotine is a drug that people use to smoke cigarettes. And then with these 3 ingredients, you can use flavorings. You can flavor your e-liquid any flavor you want, or you can just buy it flavored already. E-liquid is what is being vaporized and inhaled and exhaled. E-liquid comes in hundreds of flavors and a variety of sizes. Most of the time when you're running out of liquid, you can just buy more and refill the e-cig. Liquid comes in a variety of nicotine contents ranging from 0 milligrams per milliliter all the way up to a high dosage of 24 milligrams per milliliter. There are 3 major types of electronic cigarettes. The first are disposable e-cigs. Disposables are just that, disposable. These are usually cheap, cigarette-shaped electronic cigarettes, around the same price as a pack of cigarettes and last as long as a pack. They are usually sold at gas stations and convenience stores. Disposable e-cigs are considered the most introductory way of vaping and are often discouraged as they are not reusable. It will eventually break the bank in the long run as you will have to continually buying more and more e-cigs. E-Go e-cigs are pen-shaped electronic cigarettes that are refillable with e-liquid. These are what majority of vapors start with, and they are completely reusable. They're a little more expensive but much higher quality and really help with quitting smoking. The last type is mods. These are extremely expensive electronic cigarettes that people extremely into vaping use. Some people buy mods as a hobby. Mods create an extremely large amount of vapor and deliver nicotine much faster. Now that I've explained the 3 types of e-cigs, I shall show you some pictures. This right here is a disposable electronic cigarette. This is the most common one, called a blue. As you can see, it resembles it resembles a real cigarette. These right here are Ego cigarettes. They're shaped like pens, and right there at the top you can see a tank, which is where you refill your liquid. And this is a mod. This is the highest quality e-cig and is most expensive. And like I said before, where they deliver large amounts of vapor, you can see here that is a lot of vapor. Now that I've discussed the three types of cigarettes, I'll explain the science behind it and the main parts. All electronic cigarettes contain a battery, most likely a rechargeable lithium-ion battery or a high-drain 18650 battery. High-drain 18650 batteries can go through a complete charge and drain almost completely. This is not like a normal battery, as once they have been drained after a certain amount, they cannot recharge. The second part of an electronic cigarette is the atomizer. This is the heating element. This is what heats up the liquid. A coil of metal is wrapped around a cotton wick. Liquid is placed on the wick, and the coil vaporizes it to create vapor. This is what you inhale. Lastly, there's a tank which stores the liquid. Tanks always keep the wick saturated with liquid, so you never have what is called a dry hit. A dry hit is when there is not enough liquid on the wick, so you inhale vaporized cotton. It is not a pleasurable experience. Now that I've described all the parts to you, I will explain how the e-cig works. Current travels from the battery to the atomizer when a button is pressed. The liquid is vaporized because the current is converted to heat. E-cigs follow Ohm's law when using current. Now I shall show you what a real electronic cigarette looks like. This right here is a mod. As you can see, when I unscrew the bottom, there is an 18650 battery. This right here is what, when the button is pressed, this sends current to this right here, which is called the atomizer. As you can see, there are 2 wicks soaked in liquid, which are going through a metal coil. The liquid that is on these wicks is what is being vaporized. In conclusion, today I have explained the act of vaping and what an electronic cigarette is. Vaping delivers nicotine safely without any carcinogens, thus making it unbelievably safer than smoking. Smokers can quit smoking and still get their nicotine crave, but not get cancer. I hope you have all had a good understanding about the e-cig and can see why it is so effective. Thank you, and have an excellent day.